Up early and out with Jojo, heading to the Tate Modern. My cousin is in town and we're supposed to be meeting up there. However, sometimes it makes sense to check these things because she had mentioned it to me. She said she's going to be in town. We should meet up. She will confirm. She didn't confirm. However, my sister did. My sister said, oh, she's going to be here at this time. So what did I do? I thought, perfect opportunity to take Jojo out to the museum and to meet up with my cousin. And so I arrive at the Tate expecting to meet my cousin, sent her a message, and she's like, oh, we changed our minds. Anyway, since we're here, we're going to enjoy it. This is wish tree. Yoko Ono, make a wish, write it down on a piece of paper. I haven't been to the Tate for, oh gosh, I don't even remember when I was last there. It's that long ago. So we're just basically going to walk around and see what we see. This was really interesting. It was like gemstones. And then this was particularly interesting. It was some sort of, well, they're called the Guerrilla Girls, and it was just fighting for women, I think. Look, basically giving statistics about how women and women of color are not well represented at all. And see what this says. Do women have to be naked to get into the Met Museum? Less than 4% of the artists are women, but 76% of the nudes are women. Do women have to be naked to get into music videos? 99% of the guys in music videos are dressed. Crikey. I mean, there's some damning stuff here, Woo. 3 white women, 1 woman of color, and no men of color out of 71 artists. Ooh. Okay. You are seeing less than half the picture without the vision of women artists and artists of color. Do you know what? Anyway, I don't want to get into this debate here, but in fact, by leaving women out and women of color, you're missing a trick. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. It's a conversation for another day, maybe for Zasaa. The anatomically correct Oscar. He's white like almost everyone who wins. Only 6% of the acting awards and 5% of the writing and directing awards are given to people of color in 86 years. Okay, it's enough. It's actually really interesting what is considered to be art. I mean, how did they decide what they're going to display? What qualifies as, worthy of being in the Tate? This was a chessboard, which was quite interesting. I guess they're all kings and queens, and then there was some writing on the wall about chess. So that was quite interesting. But yeah, how does one know? This was another thing that I found most interesting. It seemed to be like people's stories, just telling us a little bit about themselves. Which is quite interesting, but I don't know how they selected who or what. I couldn't work out what was tying them together, but hey, it's really none of my business. But this stack of radios was quite clever. Literally, the radios were all on, this tower of radios, and all of them were on at the same time. And as we walked through the gallery, I kind of felt like maybe I should stop and stare intently at some picture, like I was really getting what it said. Isn't that what you're supposed to do in a museum? Some people did. Anyway, we wandered through the gallery, just going through. I keep saying gallery, museum. Anyway, same difference. Just going through it. This was another wall that caught my attention. There were different messages, and I tried to take a picture of each one. But I'm not going to read them out because they're quite long. But yeah, I rather like this. Okay, time for us to leave. As we walked through, we came across this flooded garden, which was like it was obviously somewhere where people could go and paint. But Jojo wasn't up to it. But it looked like so much fun. You could just go and get paint and splash it. Anyway, time to leave. And of course, at this point, Jojo is hungry, so we are going to go and have some food. And where better to go than Nando's, only because it's the first place we found, and it was nearby. So we went in, had our Nando's, and then headed home. I needed to get back in time to do my next job as mother, plaiting hair.